Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Film Sci. Today we'll be asking the question, is Chumlee the richest person on the Pawn Stars? Let's get into the video. If you're a big fan of the History Channel, one show you might watch is Pawn Stars. The hit reality series is the most profitable show on the History Channel, bringing in more than $3 million per episode for the network, according to Celebrity Net Worth. The show's cast of characters provides an endless amount of entertainment. One thing you might not know is that the stars are paid a salary. So what's the net worth of Chumlee, Corey Harrison, Rick Harrison, and Richard Old Man Harrison? Here are the richest stars on History Channel's Pawn Stars, according to Celebrity Net Worth. Corey Harrison, net worth $4 million. Corey Harrison, the son of Rick Harrison, has an estimated net worth of $4 million. Like most of the other cast members, Harrison's net worth is a combination of earnings from working at the pawn shop and payments from appearances on Pawn Stars. Corey got an early start in the pawn shop business. He started working for the shop at the tender age of 9. Corey learned enough to become a partner alongside his father and his late grandfather, Richard Old Man Harrison. Corey also makes money from appearances fees. He charges roughly $1,000 per guest appearance at Las Vegas clubs. Austin Chumlee Russell. Net worth $7 million. Austin Chumlee Russell, the childhood friend of Rick Harrison, has a net worth of $5 million. Chumlee earns a nice paycheck for his appearances on Pawn Stars. Every time a Pawn Star episode airs, Chumlee earns $30,000 according to Celebrity Net Worth. Like many of the other stars on the show, he has a unique nickname. He was given the nickname Chumlee after his father compared him to Chumlee, the walrus in the cartoon Tennessee Tuxedo. Chumlee began working at Gold and Silver when he was 21 years old. The pawn shop gained its first level of notoriety after being featured on the Comedy Central television show Insomniac with Dave Attell. After that episode aired, Rick Harrison pitched a full-fledged series to dozens of production companies and networks until finally the History Channel bought it. Pawn Stars debuted in 2009 when Austin had been working there for 5 years. Today, Chumlee works behind the counter of the pawn shop and is known for his comic foibles. The show follows the goings-on of the Las Vegas-based 24-hour Gold and Silver pawn shop. Austin famously was able to talk to a local Maserati shop into selling him a $100,000 car for only $85,000, proving his skills as a haggler. Pawn Stars is currently the most popular show on the History Channel. Chumlee became breakout cast member as well as a fan favorite on Pawn Stars. Chumlee started his own company selling novelty items that he designed. Chumlee's sales of his merchandise are bigger than other stars of Pawn Stars thanks to his popularity with the show's fans. Chumlee sold half of his stake in his company to Rick Harrison so that the Gold and Silver pawn shop could sell his novelty items more efficiently. Rick Harrison, net worth $8 million. Rick Harrison has an estimated net worth of $8 million. He built most of his wealth by working for the Harrison family business. When he turned 13 years old, working in a pawn shop with his father. According to Celebrity Net Worth, he dropped out of high school because he had a booming business selling fake Gucci handbags. The youngster was reportedly earning more than $2,000 a week. Working at the pawn shop helped Rick develop a unique skill. He earned the nickname the Spotter because he can easily spot undervalued items. Harrison and his dad were loaning out roughly $3 million each year by 2005. This made the Harrisons about $700,000 in income from the interest on the loans. By 2006, the pawn shop became well known for selling unique sports memorabilia. It was also a haven for gamblers who find themselves in need of pawning something to buy gas to drive back to wherever they came from. Harrison spent 4 years pitching the idea of a television show about his pawn shop after his store was the subject of a 2001 PBS documentary and on the popular Comedy Central show Insomniac with Dave Attell in 2003. The idea kicked around HBO and YouTube before the History Channel came calling and developed the concept into the Pawn Stars that we know today as the highest rated show on the History Channel. Pawn Stars debuted in July 2009 and as of June 2020 has run for 17 seasons and 577 episodes. Pawn Stars is by far the #1 most popular show on the History Channel. The show is so popular that History renews the series in batches of 80 episodes, which is highly unusual for any television show, let alone reality series. Richard Old Man Harrison, net worth $8 million. The late Richard Old Man Harrison had a net worth of roughly $8 million. According to Celebrity Net Worth, he opened the Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas, Nevada in 1989. Much of his wealth was amassed from working at the pawn shop and his salary from the History Channel show. Back in 2014, Harrison reportedly earned $15,000 per Pawn Stars episode.
I just like